And I can tell you I'm super blessed. I have the best wife in the world. We have an amazing life. Building a family is the coolest thing ever. And my prayer for all of you is that you one day can do that.
That's so cute.
It's honestly the most joyful thing. And I've had some pretty amazing experiences. I've been very, very blessed. Very lucky, you could say, but very blessed is the word I would use. And the greatest joy I've ever had is coming home to my little daughter running up to my leg. There's nothing that even comes close to it. Not flying on Air Force One, not meeting with presidents. That pales in comparison to your little girl coming up and squeezing your leg.
He was bold, he was unwavering, and he was never afraid to speak the truth in a world that demanded silence. Charlie Kirk didn't just talk about family values, he lived them. As a husband, a Christian, and a defender of America's soul, he gave everything to his mission, including his life. I'm Michael Patterson, and tonight on Free Press TV, we honor the life, the leadership, and the legacy of Charlie Kirk, a patriot, a believer, a brother in the fight for freedom, one raised on values, driven by purpose. Charlie Kirk was born in 1993 in Illinois, but his roots weren't political, they were deeply spiritual. Raised in a Christian household, he grew up surrounded by strong family values, discipline, and biblical truth. His parents instilled in him the importance of faith, family, and country, the very foundation of what would become his life's mission. Family isn't optional, it's essential, Charlie once said. Lose that, and we lose civilization. 2. Erica and Charlie, a marriage built on mission. In 2021, Charlie married Erica Fransby, a woman of equal conviction, a podcaster, entrepreneur, and woman of faith. Together, they became one of the most recognizable couples in the conservative movement, more than power or politics. Their focus was on building a God-honoring marriage, leading others to Christ, and preparing for the family they dreamed of starting. They hosted podcasts together, attended church conferences, and mentored young couples, living proof that Christian love was both powerful and public. "We serve a king above all kings," Charlie often said, "and my wife is my partner in that service." At the center of Charlie's life was Jesus Christ. He spoke boldly about his faith, especially in hostile places, college campuses, mainstream media, and even Capitol Hill. He preached the sanctity of life, the importance of marriage, the beauty of fatherhood, and the necessity of spiritual revival. "It's not about being politically correct," he told Liberty University in 2024. "It's about being biblically correct." Charlie Kirk never backed down from the fight to reclaim America's moral compass, and he never traded his convictions for comfort. At just 18 years old, Charlie founded Turning Point USA with no money, no big-name donors, and no fame. Just a dream to awaken his generation. That dream became a movement with hundreds of chapters, millions of followers, and a powerful media arm that reshaped the conservative youth landscape. Later, he launched Turning Point Faith, focusing on churches, pastors, and mobilizing the body of Christ to engage in civic life. Charlie didn't just want to win elections, he wanted to transform culture through truth. On September 10, 2025, while speaking at Utah Valley University, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. A sniper's bullet ended his life, but it could not kill his legacy. His final words that day, a charge to young men: stand firm, build strong families, and fear God, not man. Tens of thousands gathered at his memorial in Arizona. Tributes poured in from across the nation. And one thing was clear: Charlie Kirk died doing what he loved, defending truth in a world of lies. At Free Press TV, we mourn the loss of a man who was more than a political commentator. He was a warrior for righteousness, a husband devoted to his wife, and a voice for millions of young Americans searching for moral clarity. Charlie, you didn't just fight, you taught others how to fight with grace, grit, and God. You weren't just a conservative, you were a Christian leader. You weren't just a man, you were a movement. And we will never forget you. May your life continue to light the path for those still in the arena. His widow, Erica Kirk, has stepped up to lead the charge, ensuring that Turning Point Faith and TPUSA continue to advance the mission they began together. Schools, churches, and campuses now bear his name. The Charlie Kirk Leadership Center, currently under construction, will train young leaders in faith, family, and freedom for generations to come. Charlie Kirk may be gone, but his message is eternal. Asterisk, he lived with purpose, he loved with passion, and he left this world having made a mark few ever will. Charlie Kirk, patriot, husband, leader, and child of God. May we not just remember his words, but live them. For Free Press TV, I'm Michael Patterson. Good night, and God bless the Kirk family.
I think the reason why you all and women are willing to engage in hookup culture, even though you know it's destructive, even though you know it's bad for you, is because deep down women tend to be more insecure than men, and you think that you can get praise from men by doing this, and it gives you temporary security. And you're willing to then sacrifice long-term viability of finding a life partner for that temporary security. If women were willing to actually say that I am not going to present myself online, I'm not going to give myself, you would actually have more male suitors, not less.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about more
okay,
or less
but
male suitors.
How about good ones, great ones, ones that you feel as if this is the best man I've ever
I'll get there
met?
when I need to get there.
Great men are hard to find. They are. I could say this.
And I'll get there when
being
I need
around
to
a
get
lot
there.
of them. Okay.
And I'll get
All
there
right.
when I need to.
So let me ask you, what is more important in your life? Good career or great marriage and family?
I want my bills paid, so whatever takes the cake.
Well, good husband can pay the bills too.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily looking for a good husband right now because I'm not
That's fair
looking
enough.
around.
Okay.